I have a few lighters that we have produced repair videos on, but never really shown off. Handful of Penguin Cygnus lighters. Got one here that I haven't even done a repair video on. An advertiser for Standard Vacuum Oil Company, Philippines. Enameled emblem on the back side. Can't even remember if I have checked that to see if there is degraded flint in the tube or not. But we're going to fuel a couple of these up. It's definitely not your typical ignition from a Cygnus Petrol. With all these Cygnus, which I just pulled out today to accompany these lighters that I want to show off a little bit. Not exactly ready to make the individual videos for these, as I'm still looking for a washer. I have to see if I've got one amongst my spare parts. That fuel screw has no washer, and it does have a clear extra flint compartment, which has the extra flint in there. So we'll try to find either a rubber seal or a gasket for that. This is an interesting advertiser. Silver tone, marked Cygnus, patent 364149 there on the fuel screw, which is pretty typical. What I have not seen before is a Penguin Cygnus lighter that is marked Dartica. I don't even know what that was. The lighter may have been produced for a different promotional company that actually applied the advertisement to the lighter. I don't know. The advertisement is for Santa Teresa Anejo, which is a Venezuelan rum. And that being the case, I would assume that this graphic or logo that you see on the front would be associated with Santa Teresa. Rum is still being produced. Still an active company that advertises and I guess sells its rum all over the world. Here's our Flint. Drop that down the tube, followed by our Flint spring and screw, actuated by that worm gear. Good spark. And one thing that I'm kind of curious about is just to see, I've got a few of these Cygnus lighters that I have operated without fuel screws, like this one that is pretty well worn. And of course you guys will remember the old Japanese made Cupid lighter that we used to have that had a hole right in the middle of the fuel screw and still lasted longer than most Cygnus lighters do with their fuel. So I'm just curious whether it will really make any difference, whether there's a seal on that fuel screw or not. And I'm guessing that it will probably not really make much of a difference. Cygnuses don't usually hold more than 2 droppers full, maybe 2.5. Appears as though it may have absorbed it all, or maybe it is just absorbing it slowly. The wick does not feel wet to the touch. That is still standing there. So with 2 droppers, we will go ahead and seal that one up. It's really cool. Multi-color, at least 3 color. Crimson, cream, and blue. Maybe black. Somebody might argue that that's not cream or crimson. I don't know. You can correct me on that if you like. Fires right up. So that 2 droppers full of fluid is enough to fill that one up. Now we will see to this Isi Garden Honolulu advertiser. When I looked up this image with the Google AI, it told me that this was a Memory of Japan type lighter because of that emblem or because of that image. But I think it's obviously an advertiser for whatever Isi Garden was. If that was I believe that was a Japanese food restaurant in Hawaii. I've looked that up before and don't remember precisely. We'll save that for the actual solo video for this lighter. But an image of a geisha with a parasol, a couple other things there in the image. This one is marked Made in Japan. Cygnus Pat 364149. As I'm looking at this in this video here through the viewfinder, it appears as though that fuel screw has sort of a copperish tone, where the rest of the lighter looks silver tone to me. I don't remember replacing this fuel screw, but I would have to go back and look. In the original video, I believe when I bought this lighter, it came with this fuel screw in it, which you can see here, if I can get a hold of it, has a spare Flint compartment that is empty. Also has a rubber seal on the fuel screw. Before we fuel it though, we'll go ahead and check out our Flint situation. Pull our spring and screw. And this Flint isn't dropping out of here, so I'm going to remove this roller pin. Which will enable us to pull that out, pull the wheel off, and see our Flint right here, which for whatever reason jammed in there a little bit. So we'll go ahead and poke that out. I would think that it would fall right out. And there it is. And just make sure it doesn't appear as though old Flint debris is clinging to that tube so tight, but that Flint just would not drop out of there. And we'll go ahead and clean that area up a little bit. Drop our roller back in. Followed by the pin. And then we should be able to take that down by hand or by the tip of a finger. Rolling the roller as we go to help it along. Get that almost all the way down. Then we can put our screwdriver on here. By doing that by hand, we reduce the likelihood of damaging that pin. Those little ears being so small, it is easy to break that pin, or at least break the ears off of the pin. Find a full flint here. And drop that down the tube. Flint spring and screw, actuated by the worm gear. And we've got a spark, so we'll tighten it on down. I'll get a couple of droppers of fuel in here. I don't think I dealt with the sparking mechanism on this one before. Probably a little bit over full. This is the way that I tend to do them. That one does have the rubber seal. I'm just kind of curious whether there will be any noticeable difference between how long this one on the left holds its fuel without the O-ring or gasket, compared to this one, which has its rubber O-ring. But we will see. Don't typically hold fuel for more than a few days anyway, so this will be a relatively short experiment. Probably need to tighten that one up a little bit. That was definitely not your typical ignition from a Cygnus Petrol lighter. I've said many times in the past that I believe these things were impervious to vapor lock. This one trying to prove me wrong, but appears to be lighting up just fine now.